All right, so the first thing we need to do is we need to set up our project. So let's go ahead and start Xcode. Now I'm going to use Xcode 10, but you can actually use Xcode 9.4 or Xcode 9.x, basically any Xcode that you want. Go ahead and create a brand new project. You can name your project anything that you want. I'm just going to choose a single view application and click on next. And now I have to type a product name. So I'm just going to say MVC because we are learning about the MVC design pattern, exam questions. It doesn't really matter what you name your project. I'm just going to name it MVC exam questions. Next, you have to specify where you want to save the project. Let's go ahead and save it on desktop and create the project. Now this is going to create you an MVC project or a project that is already using the MVC architecture. Now the reason is that when you create any kind of iPhone application, Apple has defaulted it to use the MVC design pattern. So even if you're creating a simple Hello World application, it will be using the MVC design pattern. How can you tell? Well, you already have the controller, you already have the view over here on the storyboard. This is a view, and the only thing that is missing is a model. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the view controller because we're going to start from the scratch. So I'm just going to delete that. And I'm going to go also to the storyboard and delete this particular view controller so that we can start from scratch. For the MVC exam question folder, I'm going to add a couple of new folders into it. So I'm going to call it models. And another folder, we can call it views. And the final folder, which you might already have guessed, it will be called controllers. So when we have models, when we're going to create the models, we're going to put it in the model folder. When we create views, we're going to put it in the views folder. And when we have controllers, we're going to put it in the controllers folder. All right. And let's get started with models in our next lecture. We're going to create a model that is going to represent a particular question in the exam. So let's do that in the next lecture.